Ah, Jesus. Good evening again, everyone. My name is Chet. This is ChetChat, and we saw RoboCop today. Ghost in the Shell today. Ghost in the Shell is a film starring Scarlett Johansson as the Major, and it is based off of the animated movie by Masamune Shirow that was based off of the manga by Masamune Shirow. Yeah, how can this go wrong? There was a lot of controversy about this, whitewash this, and just making an animated movie into a live action movie that usually fails. There's so many failures out there, and people are wondering, is this also gonna join the ranks of those failures? Honestly, me personally, I think it totally does join those ranks. It's not a terrible movie, but it is a bad movie. You know what I'm saying? Let me explain. Obviously, I love anime and manga. I pretty much grew up with this stuff. I'm not a huge fan of Ghost in the Shell. Like, I like it. It's a cool thing. It's science fiction. It's great. But when I first saw the animated movie, I was probably 10 years old, maybe 9 years old. And even when I read the manga, I was so young. My brother had to explain it to me pretty much. And I never really reread it or rewatched the movie over as an adult. I kind of went into this movie without knowing too much about Ghost in the Shell. The only thing I really know about is Standalone Complex and Second Gig, which is the anime series. I also watched the OVAs, but they're not completely based off of the animated movie and the manga. I was going in, I was watching the movie, and I was thinking that I wouldn't remember much things, but because the movie was trying so hard to drop these little Easter eggs for you, my memory was jogged constantly of the animated movie. So I was actually really trying my best to watch the movie just as it is a movie. These two guys that was sitting next to me, they were going off on every little thing. I had to tell them to shut up. I was like, yo, just relax. It's just a movie. Calm down. So I didn't want to watch it like that. I wanted to watch it for it being a movie. I didn't want to watch it to see how well it matched up with the animated movie. That being said, they did stray a lot from the animated movie and the manga. They actually tried to make their own story, which I give them kudos for doing that. But it falls flat really hard, man. It felt like there was two directors. In the beginning, you have the whole, philosophical thought of am I still a human? Just putting a brain in a machine, does that make it a human? Does that person have a soul? And the character development is so bad that when it goes around that, Major's character is the worst. I think Scarlett Johansson did a terrible job in this movie. This is her worst performance ever. Even though she was acting just like she did in Lucy, I felt like Lucy was a better movie than this. She literally looked like a robot. She's trying to get used to her body, but it looked like she was acting to be a robot. I know you want to try and act like you're a robot. Yeah, obviously you're trying to get used to your body. It's only been a year for her in the movie, but the acting just looks so bad. Everybody else did a better job than her. I don't know. And then the second half of the movie is this conspiracy cop detective drama kind of thing. And that part feels a lot like RoboCop to me. I was like, this is totally RoboCop. What happened to this, philosophical thought that turns into RoboCop out of nowhere? I don't know. It just fell apart for me. I didn't know. Let me not talk about that too much. Let me tell you a little about the story, the setting. So Major, I'm just gonna keep calling her Major because there's a spoiler reason for that. Major, she was on a refugee boat that got attacked by terrorists, and her parents died, and she pretty much got her body destroyed. And these people put her brain into this fully synthetic body. So now she works for Section 9 to, I don't know, they don't say why. She's just built to be in Section 9 in a sense. And they come across this person named Kuze, who tells the Major that there's something else going on. You're being lied to. They didn't really save you. You saw the trailer, all that stuff. And that's another thing. The trailer pretty much tells you what I'm telling you right now. And that's the movie. And then they have this assortment of characters that show up in the movie that I felt like they were forcing to put them in because people are looking for them. Oh, I want to see Togusa. I want to see Aramaki. I want to see Bato. I want to see Ishikawa. I want to see all these people. They feel forced into it. Aramaki, he's such a cool character. in the animated series, and he's barely in the movie. And I feel like when they put him in the movie, they force it really, really hard to make him look cool. If you're trying to make a movie stand alone, no pun intended, then you would be seamlessly putting him into the movie, not putting him into the movie because you know he's awesome and you know people want to see him. It felt forced. I was really trying hard. I kept going back on myself. I was like, wait, let me try and watch this movie as a movie. But all the characters, Togusa is like one of my favorite characters. Again, he's in the movie maybe 3 times. Ishikawa is in the movie maybe 2 times. Bato is in the movie a lot because you have to have Bato. You know, Bato is like Major's right-hand man. I could go on and on and on about complaining with this movie, man. It's just so clunky. I felt like they spent all their budget on the setting, which was amazing. It looked great. The graphics, I actually saw it in 3D because that's the only time slot I had, but it didn't make a difference. It still looked cool, but I felt like they spent so much time on the graphics that they didn't spend enough time on Major's 3D rendering, because when she does some acrobatic stuff no human could actually do, they use CG and it looks really bad and cartoony. There's even a part in the ending which is a very it's a straight rip from the movie. That's another pun. And it doesn't look nearly as good because they're using CG and it looks really tacky. I'm like, oh god, it looks so bad. And her face all the time, just unfortunately, this joins the rank of don't try to make a live action version of this. It's gonna get ruined. It looks bad. It's not a good movie standalone, and it's not a good adaptation. I felt like they tried to be too ambitious with their philosophicalness, and then they just changed their mind. It was like, we need some action. RoboCop time. And they should have kept to their guns, like be philosophical, go crazy with it. Yeah, unfortunately, it didn't work out. It didn't meld together. Now, here's me thinking in my anime side, wanting to see all the cool stuff. I felt like Major, the way how they portray her, she is a little punk bitch, man. I'm sorry. Major is supposed to be this ultimate badass who's like awesome at hacking, and she's an awesome fighter. She's awesome at everything. In this movie, she's like a rookie. Batao is better than her. And when she does her hacking and stuff, if you feel scared for her, I'm like, I don't normally feel scared for the Major in the animated series or the movies because she's so good at hacking. And when you see that happen in a movie, I'm like, they dumb down this character. I feel like, you know, the feminists will be upset that this really, really strong character has been turned into this weakling. And then again, like I said before, they have all the characters in there, but they're forced to be in there and they get no limelight. Very, very terrible showing of each character. Only Batao does something. They even have Batao's dogs, which is pretty cool, but that was it. They're just little Easter eggs like, oh, you remember this scene from the movie? We're gonna do it for you right now in live action. Does it look cool? Does it look cool? Does it match the story? No? Well, it looks cool, right? Yeah, we did it for you. I felt really, really upset. Even though I don't remember the animated movie that much, you could tell that they were trying hard and it was not working. I don't know what else to say without spoiling anything. Should you go watch this movie? Hell no. Do I recommend it? Yeah, kind of, because you don't want to just miss out on like this historic moment of how bad movies can be. You need to know, you need to learn, you need to understand why movies are terrible and what movies could have done to be good. It makes it fun. It makes you more cultured. You know what I'm saying? So this was Chet, and this was ChetChat. You know what to do.